Hello, this is Paul Wadsworth, and in this video, we're going to talk about 6 habits that are secretly making you miserable. Now, it's fair to say that there are probably tons of habits and things that you're doing in your life that aren't helping for your overall well-being and happiness, and ultimately making you feel miserable. Now, some of these are going to apply to you and some of them won't, but here are 6 of them, and when you can implement some changes to these ones, it's going to make a significant impact in your life. First up on the list is spending too much time on social media. You know, social media can be very beneficial in lots of ways, but it's also very addictive. If you think about the colors they use and the notifications and trying to get you to keep scrolling through them apps, they keep us distracted from the things we're meant to be doing. And this is really not a healthy place and healthy way to spend our time, because part of the problem with this as well, other than it being a distraction, is that we perceive a false reality from other people, which actually leads us into the next thing that could be making you miserable. And that is comparing yourself to others. Now, this happens in the real world, and it also happens, I'd say, more so in the digital world these days. So we look at people's best bits on social media. People mostly post filtered pictures, shiny objects, and they give you this perception of how they want you to see and perceive their lives. When oftentimes, in fact, most of the times, a lot of this is not even true. And when we do this, when we start to see multiple people doing it and spend so much time on social media, we look at these false perceptions and we start to look at our own lives and see, wow, this person has it all together. This person has the perfect relationship. They're making lots of money. They're going on holiday and they've got all of these cool things going on. But this doesn't show the real truth. And when we get into that mindset, all it's going to do is create this feeling in ourselves where we are not enough, where what we have isn't enough, we're not good enough, there's something wrong with us, and this is just a toxic place to be. So the truth here is, don't believe everything you see online and start spending more time on yourself, self-kindness, self-love, do things for yourself, and get out of that mentality of I have to be perfect, I have to achieve more and do more all the time. Just focus on something simple like what's one thing you can do today that's going to move you forward, that's going to make you feel a little bit better. And if you focus on progress over perfection, that's going to make a huge benefit and a huge significance to how you feel. And ultimately, when you stop comparing yourselves to others and you only try and become the best version of yourself, it removes so much tension and pressure and expectation that you have in your life. And next up on the list, we have seeking an escape. Now, this could be in the form of social media, porn, drugs, alcohol, binge eating food, Netflix. You name it, there's tons of ways that we look to seek and escape from our current reality. And most of the time, this comes from not having the desire, not wanting to sit with our emotions and understand how we feel. And partly this is because a lot of the times people don't like the truth of what's going on in their life. They don't like their own thoughts, they don't like their experiences, so they seek an escape. Now, this is okay in moderation, but when we start to focus and spend a lot of our lives in these places looking for these escapes, we're never going to learn who we truly are. And we can only really grow when we sit with that discomfort, we seek clarity, we ask questions, and we find a path to move forwards for the things that we want. And when you can find peace within yourself, no matter what happens, no matter what's going on around you, that is really a true place of inner calmness and inner peace, and you will feel much happier and less miserable in your life. Another big thing that holds a lot of people back is having poor routines and habits. Oftentimes, people will know what these routines and habits are, whether it's staying up late or having an inconsistent sleep routine, binge eating on bad foods, over-consuming social media, as we've said, or Netflix, or not working out as much as they should be, not getting some sunlight. All of these little habits that we have are impacting our overall well-being. So when you can start to prioritize healthy routines and wellness practices into your life and you prioritize it, naturally, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to feel less miserable. You're going to have more desire for going forwards and growing in your life. You're going to feel more inspired. You're going to feel more motivated. You're going to have deeper connections. You're going to be more present with this moment now, which is the only moment that exists. And with all of this so far, we're talking about ourselves. And this is really the next thing that I believe is making a lot of people miserable in their lives. And it's too much attention on ourselves. We're so concerned about what other people think. What's going to happen if I put myself out there? What are people going to think of me? What's going to happen in this situation? What can I get from this situation? I wonder if I can make more money doing this. What's the benefit for me? Now, I understand it's natural to have those desires for ourselves. There's a little bit of selfishness, which is normal, which we should have. But oftentimes this overwhelm and these uncomfortable feelings come because we're so focused in our own heads on what's going on for us. But how about if we make a little shift and we focus on what can we do for someone else? Maybe it's just a simple thing as a compliment, buying someone a gift, buying a stranger a coffee at a cafe. How can you serve people in the field of work you do? How can you help people in your close circle, your family or friends, or your social connections? Maybe you can be more present with them and show up and support them and ask them questions and listen and take an interest in what's going on. You see, when we start looking at the things around us rather than what's just going on inside, this can actually remove a lot of the stress. Because oftentimes people are going through their day and they're so focused and worried in their own head about how people are perceiving them, how they're feeling inside, when actually most people are doing the same. The reality is no one really gives a shit and they're thinking the exact same things and worried about the same things. So the sooner we can stop being in the headspace and we can start looking outwards, then you're going to feel a lot better. And one of the most powerful and common ones, which is probably the root to all of this, is the stories that you keep telling yourself. Are you repeating stories from your past experiences? Have your life experiences and circumstances created a belief system in you? You've had certain things happen in your life and stories, and you just keep repeating that story. You keep limiting yourself by putting yourself in a box of an old identity, which is stopping you from moving forwards. But every day you wake up, you have a choice to change that. You can shift your thinking. You can start seeking new ideas, expanding your awareness by learning, by hiring a coach, by reading books, by taking a course, by going out and experiencing things such as going to a seminar. You have a choice every day to change your story. Stop living in that story of the past that is keeping you stuck, that's keeping you in that victim place, or that's holding you back from where you truly want to go. Every day, you have a new chance when you wake up. If you want some help with this, I've actually created a free belief blueprint, which you can download. I'll leave a link below this video. And this is going to help you over the key areas of life, establish some of the limiting beliefs you have, and then it gives you an outline of how you can create new ones so that moving forward, you can change your story. Because when you change your story, you change your life. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please hit the like and subscribe button and share it with someone else. If there's any other videos or topics that you would like me to talk about, then let me know in the comments below. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.